Ladies and gentlemen, Rockstar Games released some more new info about GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced, and in all honesty, it's made me more disappointed than I was before. Half of this newswire already goes over what we already knew from last month's newswire, but without further ado, let's just jump into it. To start, we know nothing as of yet about prices for this game. However, we do know that we will be able to pre-purchase and pre-load from both the PlayStation and Microsoft stores on March 8th. That is right, 7 days before its release on March 15th is when we are allowed to begin pre-purchasing. It is, however, nice to know that we are going to be able to pre-load this game. Now, from the newswire, which I will leave a link down below, half the stuff mentioned we do already know. I'm going to go over the key points which we aren't aware of. Rockstar straight up admits it in this sentence right here, saying, "These new versions of GTA 5 and GTA Online introduce high-end PC visuals to the console experience." That's what I and everyone else have been saying for the past month now. Expanded and Enhanced is going to be the PC version, but simply ported to the console pretty much. Now here's where things get strange. There's only going to be 3 different graphic settings to choose from, and I know this may sound weird, but let me explain from the newswire itself. The first graphics mode is called Fidelity Mode. This mode is targeted for the higher quality, if you can even call it that, and Fidelity Mode supports 30 FPS, and in this mode PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X support native 4K resolution with ray tracing enabled, whereas the Xbox Series S version will support upscaled 4K resolution. The second mode is called Performance Mode. This one is supported for the more responsive experience, this time supported by 60 FPS instead of 30 FPS. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X support upscaled 4K resolution, while the Xbox Series S supports a resolution of 1080p. I wish I was joking when I'm saying this, by the way. Now, the last mode only supports PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and it's called Performance RT mode. Basically a mix of the other 2 modes, but this time it supports upscaled 4K resolution with ray tracing enabled and targets 60 FPS. So pretty much the best mode to use. However, this entire thing is a total disappointment. The selling point for Expanded and Enhanced was to have all consoles experience 4K and 60 FPS, but from this, only the next gen PS5 and Xbox Series X can actually support 60 FPS with 4K resolution, while the Xbox Series X is given the lowest possible settings with 30 FPS and 1080p. This makes no sense. This is stupid. Why is this even a thing when you are pretty much getting the same experience that you would be getting on the Xbox One? It doesn't make any sense to me. I honestly can't get my head around this. However, let's move on before we get any more mad than we already are. Some more things that we didn't know about include, and it's good to finally get them confirmed, but this includes improvements like increased population and traffic variety, increased vegetation density, improved lighting quality across shadows, water reflections, and other elements. Additionally, there will also be improved motion blur, highly detailed new explosions, fire, and much more. I'm sick of that goddamn line, and much more. Just give us what we need to hear. There isn't much more, is there, Rockstar? This is all that you can give us, and it's a goddamn disaster. Furthermore, there is going to be levels of responsiveness taking advantage of haptic feedback with the PlayStation 5's DualSense wireless controller. This will include sensations to weather effects, directional damage, rough road surfaces, explosives, and much more. You can honestly hear the disappointment in my voice, man. Pretty much exactly what we have now got in the current game. If you drive across a rocky road, your controller vibrates. If there's lightning and rain, your controller vibrates. I don't see much improvement they can make to this. Now, as for GTA Online, this entire segment has already been leaked by data miners, but it's finally good to have it confirmed. Of course, from what we heard from Rockstar's newswire, there will of course be Hayes special works in the LS car meet, but to go with that, there will be a new class of races which utilise specially modified vehicles, as well as a weekly rotation of Hayes Special Works time trials, along with a premium test ride. Pretty much a jacked up modification of the LS car meet, test rides and time trials. But this time, there's going to be the added bonus of specially modified vehicles. Woo! Now, from the career builder Rockstar discussed last month, with this you will actually be getting a $4 million GTA dollars. So, it is a little bit better than the criminal starter pack, I guess. And finally, the biggest chunk of information, which is actually new in regards to story mode and GTA Online character transfer. Starting from today, players can begin transferring their story mode progress. Now, to do this, all you got to do is enter GTA 5 on your current console account and then go to the game tab of the pause menu. After this, select the upload save game option. However, there is downsides of this. There can only be a store of one game save per platform at a time, which was kind of expected, and the saves will remain available to download for just 90 days. Also, players with a Rockstar Games Social Club account will also be able to migrate their GTA Online character progress to PS5 or Xbox Series X and S on March 15th when it launches. And lastly, again, preload and pre-purchase will begin March 8th, and the physical versions will release in April, but there's no date on that. Guys, there we have it. I really just want to rant my ass off right now, but I can't control it. Like, I'll probably make a separate video on this, because I can't get my head around any of this. Rockstar, Expanded and Enhanced was meant to improve the game for the current consoles, yet only PS5 and Xbox Series X can get 60 FPS and 4K resolution, and you have 3 separate modes just in case people's consoles can't handle it, so you can have an excuse saying, well, we had 3 modes, so we weren't actually giving you guys 60 FPS and 4K resolution, we were just giving you options to have that. And Xbox Series S can never get that. They still have to stick with 30 FPS and 1080p. This makes no sense to me. It's stupid. It's the worst decision I've ever seen Rockstar make, and it's honestly, it's just stupid. But guys, let me know what you guys think down below, and as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.